Is it?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live?
We're live.
You gotta say stuff.
We're live in people's faces.
Otherwise I'm like...
Put us in your face.
We can't see what anybody says.
That's the secret sauce.
It's the secret sauce.
Nobody can hear us. Or we can't see anybody, but they can only hear us.
They probably can't do much of that. It's kind of loud.
It's like radio.
Something. I don't know about secret sauce, but it's something. Alright, somewhere I've got an end here. Yay!
That is allegedly true.
Allegedly.
I don't know if it's actually true.
I don't know either. I don't know what's being seen.
This is what's being seen.
Cool. So... Can you move some screen? Like, you had another screen somewhere. Oh, but you said if it made it smaller, that it got smaller there, too.
Yes.
Okay.
So, here's what we can do. I wanted this one up front so you could see the chat, but let's see here.
I want the chat. Definitely want the chat.
No chat for you.
Then it's really unfriendly. Why have a chat if we're not going to see it?
You know what? I don't make the rules.
Except I think you kind of do.
Nobody makes the rules.
Yeah, this stuff is fuzzy. Had this for a while. Oh, that was easier than I thought it'd be.
And then we'll put the chat back, and we will do this thing.
Nice. I think.
How big do you need this to be?
Not big. It's just nice to have a general, like, you're covering the chat.
I'm not sure what to do here.
Can you make it so we only see me? Does that make sense? No, like the chat, we need all of it.
Right.
Like, oh, there you go. Like, I don't need much. I just need a little bit of, like, can you switch them? No.
Not really.
Okay.
Not if you want to be able to see the chat.
But you could put it, like, off the side of the screen so we only see me there. That's good. Just pull it down so I see the bottom of the chat message. There you go. It's just a general, so, like, if I move or twitch, I can figure out.
Twitch.
It's gonna update, though, right?
Allegedly. Man, I don't know what's happening right now.
I feel sorry for whoever's watching this right now. What's funny is we thought we were ready.
I was as ready as I could be.
Were you? Okay.
Womp womp. Yep, exactly.
Hey, how's it going?
We're better at working out. I'm going to put that on our next stream title. Better than working out. Oscar Wolf. Exactly.
Fuzz. So how are you doing tonight? Besides, you know, procrastinating.
It's not procrastinating, it's prioritizing.
Sure. Let's call it that.
I will. That's an excellent question, Ashley. What do you do with a puzzle when you're done with it?
What do I do with the puzzle when I'm done with it? I know I was answering, like, that's weird. Let's see how that goes. Sorry, the thing is delayed, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
That's why it's better that it's not on you. Or so you can't see it, because then you get distracted.
No, I get distracted, but then I don't know, like, if it's like it's off center here. It's just staring at the back of the thing. I just moved it. You moved it again. Now it's, we don't know. The delay is terrible. Hello. Just gonna play with this for a while. You keep working, I'm gonna keep playing.
Okay.
I don't know what you do with a puzzle. Like, depending on how fun the puzzle was, a lot of times I give it to Goodwill.
Those are the best puzzles.
Well, I buy puzzles from Goodwill, so why not give them back to Goodwill at that point? I feel like I've rented it then. I don't know, take a picture. Keep it worked for a day to celebrate how great you are. I have no idea. I love working puzzles, but that's the only problem. Like, then you gotta figure out, now what?
Hello. Wow, that's interesting. Puzzles at the library. Do they have other games at the library?
That sounds awesome.
Or just puzzles?
Like, because it amazes me. Like, I know a good quality puzzle costs money to make, but they're so expensive. This doesn't seem to be changing. It's weird.
That's very good.
But for, a few hours of labor or fun, then, they cost $30 and $40. It's like, yikes.
No other games, just puzzles. Huh. I feel like Portland was starting to do board games and that kind of stuff, checkouts before we left, but you left. Wamp wamp. The kids were loggery.
What is that?
Like luggers.
It's getting worse, not better.
So yeah, welcome to me working in Illustrator and Ashley futzing with her camera.
It's weird. I like it centered and it's not centered.
Riggins are the chainsaw pants, right? Is this a callback? Chainsaw pants.
Chainsaw pants sounds like some kind of band name. Felipe and those chainsaw pants.
I'd go watch them.
I know you would. That's what I'm saying. Everyone would.
It's been a long time since I wanted to be in a band, but now I kind of want to be in Felipe and the Chainsaw Pants.
Yeah, you do.
No picture? Wow. That's hardcore. I don't even know if you could do that.
Yeah, I could do that.
I don't know. Seems hard. Ashley's really good at puzzles.
I just had the patience for him, I guess.
That is helpful.
Yeah. So how long ago did you make the sketch? I was trying to remember. I know it's been a couple of years.
It was the summer before Rogue One came out. So 2016? 2015?
You're finally getting to it.
Yeah, I'm finally getting to it.
Oh my gosh, you did the blank side.
That's a lot more patience than I got.
I like to use the colors and the patterns I'm not sure about the...
I think next time you get a puzzle, you should try and do that.
Nah.
Show how hardcore you are. Puzzle from the
Nah.
back.
It soothes something in my brain to be sorting things by color and then variegations of color and have the design, like, that's part of the fun for me, is being able to organize it properly. Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
It's more impressive than I don't think I could do that with like a 50 piece, so.
My sister and I used to have puzzle races, and when the individual puzzle, like, these are for like the 175, 150 ones, but when the individual puzzles got too easy, we would each pick like 5 puzzles for the other person and then dump them all in a pile and then have a race to see who could complete all of the puzzles.
That may be the most Ashley and Christina thing I've ever heard.
Yep. I enjoyed winning when, 4 years made a huge difference in things like the ability to do puzzles quickly.
Hot Wolf was like, that's extra. That is very extra, but it's still very much in keeping with Ashley and Christina.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not a big fan of puzzles, so I get that.
He'll come over and, like, do them a little bit for me, but, like, when I'm doing them, but it's mostly just to pick at it and be like, oh, wow, that's annoying. Glad I don't have to finish this. Hey, look, I found a piece. And then he wanders off.
Yep.
Bored.
Yep. Hey, look, I found a piece. I'm going to go do something else now.
It's great. More for me. Oh, see, that's what I like. The 1,000-piece ones are great.
Immediately leaves. Yep. That is exactly how I do.
And then you start sorting them by fun and interesting sizes of the little nubbins.
Nubbins.
That's the fun thing about having a brain that is soothed by too much organization, is there's always a deeper layer you can go.
Yeah, I don't got one of those.
Nope, you certainly don't.
I have a brain that is troubled by too much organization. Schmuzzle puzzle? It did not like your word. Allow. I don't know why.
It doesn't seem like an insult, but apparently...
Now I'm really interested to know what schmuzzle means. Excuse me while I go to Google.
Apparently Twitch is afraid that you were being rude.
Schmuzzle. It's just a brand name. It's a type of puzzle. That's the only thing that pops up.
Were they worried that you were being spammy?
Maybe. That might be it.
That's fair, I guess. Apparently Chainsaw Pants isn't a brand.
Yet.
Ooh, all the pieces are the same shape? That'd be great. Because then you're looking entirely at the pattern and at the colors, which uses a different portion of their brain. It's fun.
That's a nope. Secret chicken and chainsaw pants. Now imagine a schmuzzle puzzle of Escher images.
No. Why are you trying to hurt people?
I mean, some of them are tessellations and repeating patterns. So. I just have the one area, and I've also promised myself that. That's one of the few things I remember from, I don't remember what class it was, but I remember it from elementary school. Just the word tessellations. I don't remember how or why we talked about it, but it's a tessellation.
I love that you're like, nope, I don't have to learn that. Neener, neener.
I feel like that's the way a lot of people live their lives.
Deciding they don't have to learn a thing.
Yeah.
Neener, neener.
Yep.
I mean, as long as you decide at some point that you can learn some things.
It's true, but it still cuts deep. What's on YouTube? Oh, Square One, yeah.
Just get ready to say everything.
That's true, everything is on YouTube.
All of things.
One of my Facebook friends reminded me today that there was a cartoon series of The Phantom that came out in 1996, I think, called The Phantom 2040.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We're now closer to that time.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to have hover bikes in time, ready in time for 2040. My dream of becoming the Phantom 2040 is rapidly dwindling. Figured if I started working now, I could maybe get the purple spandex working, but hover bikes is going to be a problem.
Ooh. Puzzle table.
I think I can handle it.
Nope.
The responsibility.
Nope.
I'm a very responsible person.
Mm-hmm.
Very responsible. Yeah. I'm the most responsible. Give me a hover bike, damn it. Yes. Well, I wasn't going to volunteer that information. That's on a need-to-know basis.
This is too public to talk about that.
All you need to know is that it should grant me access to a hover bike.
No one should grant Dane access to a hover bike.
Give me one.
Absolutely not.
You're mean.
I know.
That's why you don't tell them what you're responsible for. You just tell them that you're very responsible and that you should have a bike.
Because it works that way.
50% of the time, it works every time. See? Game records maybe. Well, see, I have to assume that a hover bike would have some sort of built-in stabilizer. We are talking about the future.
Well, but you're just like, it's the future, it would be fine.
Exactly. I'm just saying, like, imagine how responsible I am right now.
Oh,
I will be
am.
so much more responsible in 2040. Hover bike time. It stands to reason when you think about it.
Don't think too hard about it. Your head's gonna explode.
What? Welcome back. Oh my god, Streamlabs.
Why were 18 messages deleted by a moderator?
I don't know.
What's happening?
Streamlabs is drunk with power again.
That's the most Canadian thing I've ever heard. Oh god. 18 messages?
Yeah.
How do we look at those?
You can't. They just delete it. You can't fix it.
2 messages were deleted. What?
Ding dang dong monkeys.
Uh-huh.
What is happening? How do I turn that
Why are
off?
they mad at Oscar Wolf?
I don't know.
Because she's gone again. Good morning. Good evening. Hello. We're having, the moderator built into this thing has decided that things are bad. I haven't seen a single thing that seemed like a thing that needed to be deleted, but apparently in our very short time, 18 messages have been bad enough to be deleted.
Like, there's only 4 words that I've got set up as, like, purge words, so...
You sent me a DM of the word.
I'm looking at it.
Okay.
The word was assume? What the hell?
I think we should assume that the computer is broken.
I think I'm going to turn off CloudBot.
Like, we're paying enough attention, we can delete if any of the stuff that you set to be bad is gone. But it comes up, I think.
See, I can say it. Heine? No, okay, see, I turned it off, so it should be better.
No, you got timed out for 1 second.
See, we're still figuring this all out. Let's see.
I love that it punishes you for 1 second. So, like,
yes.
By the time that you've read the message saying you were bad and you were being punished, it's over.
Yeah. Naughty. So I'm going to have to go in and mess with those settings again.
Apparently.
I know. Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah.
When it times you out, it just goes, oh yeah, you're no longer a part of this. Well, I've turned it off. Jasmine likes your paleontology shirt.
Oh, thank you. I do too. Except I can't wear it in airports anymore.
Well, at least not in Atlanta.
No, it's happened twice.
Has it?
Yes. Random people get really excited and they start, like, in Atlanta, I was literally chased through a TSA aisle line by a guy that was really excited and yelling, Denver dinosaur at me. But, yeah, people get really excited and then they expect me to know the person that they know, and I don't, so it gets awkward real fast. I'm like, I just like dinosaurs and have a friend that used to work there and likes dinosaurs. Like, no. It's a cool shirt.
You get blocked by this chatbot is what happens.
You just like assume butts. Oh my gosh. This is so weird.
Stupid AI.
Dane was all excited. He was like, I can block out these 4 words that I can't have people yelling at me. Like, just in case crazy people came on from nowhere, strangers. And then the bot's like, oh, you wanted some words gone, so now I'm just going to randomly assume. No, we're not. It is. It's a prude AI. There's a picture for you later, Dane.
Mm-hmm.
Draw me our prude AI.
I mean, it's true, they do, which is why I was like, oh yeah, I can set it to block. Anybody who follows me on social media can probably guess what the 4 words are. Please don't type them in here.
Don't make Dane cry. It's mean.
But, yeah, I set those to block. Apparently, having any moderation involves, like, you can't say assume. There should be a George Carlin setting. Well, they don't really care about the words that George Carlin has a problem with.
He didn't care either. He was just pointing out that TV had a problem with them.
That's true.
George Carlin loved those words.
That's also true.
Like, you could tell George Carlin was the little kid that, like, would just whisper words just loud enough that people could hear but couldn't be sure they heard it, so he couldn't get in trouble. Like, you could tell he was that little kid. Like, twinkle in his eye when he said stuff that was just naughty.
Yeah, TV finally aged into the George Carlin, most of the George Carlin words.
Maybe I'm just making that up because I was that little kid. That could be too.
Could be. You saw George Carlin live once? That's awesome. Super jealous. I admit I would have a problem with that too.
Just like, we can say it now, we're definitely going to. Which on one hand I get, but on the other, Patrick Stewart.
Like, as an actor, yeah, I would definitely have a problem with being able to drop the F-bomb in front of Patrick Stewart. Because I just feel like he would just give me that quiet admonishment, and that would wither and die.
I feel like he's too classy to give you the quiet admonishment. I think you just know that he was judging you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Quietly. But I don't think he would do it, because I think he's too classy for it.
Like, Patrick Stewart, I would have a problem with cussing in front of, but like Ian McKellen, I bet he'd love it. Ian McKellen kind of feels like he'd be like the permissive old grandpa. Like, don't tell your mother, but you can say whatever you want here.
Here's a story about the Navy.
Here's a story about the Navy.
Or something.
Something related to the Navy.
Random and cool. The theater, which is probably much, much worse, actually.
Christopher Lee would stab you with his eyes and then stab you with a knife that he had just secreted upon his person. Yeah, one of my favorite little factoids is the story about Christopher Lee being a British spy during World War II.
Was he really?
Yeah, I think so. That's what
World War II?
Yeah.
Is he that old?
He's dead now, but he was.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's like...
Yeah, I can do that. There'll probably be a couple of sessions worth on this one because it's fairly big. So, but yeah, when it's done, I'll post it up.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, this one's going to be a while. It's pretty big.
Also, my computer's super loving this.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a little laggy.
Doing this and the giant thing? I can't imagine why your computer wouldn't like that.
Yeah, it's weird. Bye.
Alright, just because I want to touch base since we talk about it every week, what's everybody's weather been like?
I need to make a little graphic and figure out how to bring it up whenever you want to talk about the weather. Like, Ashley's Weather Minute.
Because ours has been pretty nice, actually. Like, surprisingly.
It's hot there now? Man, you can't. There's no consistency. It's crazy. Yeah. I miss the Oregon weather.
January.
It's a little early for January.
Yeah, but I miss it.
Yeah. I remember when we first moved to Oregon, like right before January that year, and you were so mad. You're like, what in the hell is this shit?
I wasn't that mad. I thought it was great.
You were super mad.
I was not.
Super mad.
You were, like, excited, though.
I was super excited.
You were ridiculously excited.
Well, Celsius or Fahrenheit, because sex season the Celsius is pretty damn hot, if I remember correctly.
We've had high 60s and low 70s most of this last week. That was pretty good. Like, even mid 50s is great.
Scorpions? In Oregon?
That's in Portland? Like, in that area? I mean, I could see it out on, maybe on the
maybe in the eastern part,
yeah,
but I doubt it. Gets too cold out there for creepy crawlers that big. I said, as a non-expert in the creepy crawlies.
Right.
I don't know if I have any entomologists in my network. I can be like, hey, creepy crawly expert.
Tell me about the creepy crawlies in Oregon.
Of course he was well, actually. I know who that is.
I roll.
Ah. Was he the one well actually you?
I hope not. Because that's gross and rude.
So a really shitty way to build a fan base. Oh, okay.
We're over here being judgy, meanwhile. Dude was fine.
I'm just asking questions.
He's just an expert.
I just want to make sure that I'm being angry at the right person.
Turned out you weren't.
Hakel? Mm-mm. Is that his business name, or? I'll look him up. Hiker. Oh, yeah.
Share.
This stuff is cool.
Share. Oh, that's real cool.
Imagine a puzzle with that.
That'd be awesome. I'd enjoy it a lot. We're so quiet.
Tumblr's that good, though, actually.
Since when is Tumblr good? Oh, yeah. I haven't checked my Tumblr in a while.
You haven't.
I need to get on it.
You should.
You haven't, probably. You just decided.
I don't know what's happening. I never know what's happening.
Fair enough.
I'll admit I'm not on Tumblr as much as I used to be because I can cross post from Instagram.
It's hard to be on everything. Well, when the big rule change went through, a lot of the people I followed on Tumblr left. So I kind of got bored. I was following a lot of
porn.
No, I was following a lot of like fan art, some of which was adult in nature, yes, but oh my gosh, there was this artist, trying to remember, I'd have to go look her up. She was doing body studies out of an anatomy book, but then she would make the characters out of video games, like Dragon Age video games. So it was like super specific anatomy studies of like the back of a shoulder in a particular pose, and it'd be of Cullen if you played Dragon Age, or of her Inquisitor, or of Cassandra, like just characters in the video. It was awesome. Of course, she was really, really good. Let's see.
Chainsaw bosoms. There's a visual.
It's more than a visual, buddy.
It's a lifestyle. It's definitely a Raimi movie.
Man, I just want to see you do the CD art for that.
Chainsaw bosoms?
Watch out, the yarn balls.
The yarn ball has escaped.
Yep, so don't roll. Uh-oh, you're making notes.
It's good to make notes sometimes.
I mean, if you say so.
Keep track of things.
I think I got off. Oh well.
Got off of what?
Got off, like a pattern I was trying to make up in my head.
Surprisingly, repeating it without clarification didn't make it any more clear. So
I did.
You did clarify it after you repeated it again.
Oh. Oops. Yes, that would be awesome. That would make a great, like, well, if we ever have conventions again, that would make a great convention sketchbook. Like, you just put the name of the band at the top, possibly the name of the CD, and then let artists pick it, Oh, that'd be great. All right,
I'm kinda
nobody
sad
steal
that-
that. I'm gonna take it. It's mine.
I'm kind of sad that I hadn't been writing those down prior to now. I don't know if I can go back and look at my old chat. I think I can, as long as the video's still up.
That's a thing I've noticed. You get the best convention sketches when you just let the artist have fun.
I mean, it helps when you come to the artist with a crazy idea.
Right, but if you give them just enough room where they can wander off and do something fun for them, but enough where you're not like, I don't know, whatever you want to draw, so they have to sit there and think about something when they've got 20 million other things in their head. Like, you have to tread that line to get the best work. Agree or disagree?
I agree. Which reminds me, I came across, when I was doing some file maintenance the other day, I came across Disgruntled Dinosaur in my files.
So you were having a good day?
Yeah, that was fun.
It's one of our favorites. Over time. Yeah, this is going to be huge.
Okay. I will check that out later when we're not on the streams.
Okay. Alright, thank you.
The wandering yarn ball got itself tangled around my seat wheel.
As they are wont to do. It's tangled around mine too. It's great.
That's why you can't let your yarn balls wander. You gotta keep them
Separated.
You keep them corralled. I mean, we could always use more side gigs, I suppose. What's the idea?
Toilet paper cozies.
That'd be all you.
I have a friend that could do those. She does amazing work.
It's true.
So if you come up with something you want, that might be enough to get her. Like, if it interests her, you get amazing, amazing stuff.
I saw toilet paper on the shelf at the store the other day, and I was surprised. I was almost surprised not to buy it, but then I realized I already had toilet paper because we bought it before we needed it.
It's not going to last as long as I thought it would, though.
Mm.
Boo. Yeah, we bought, we came back from our first show, and we were getting really, really low. And so I was like, eh. And I just bought enough. I was like, this way I won't have to go to the store for, like, the next 4 months or whatever. Because I thought we were going to be 4 to 6 months. Because I thought we were going to be in and out of town, and it shows that whole time. Wah, wah. Turns out we've used a lot more toilet paper than I thought we would be using in that amount of time. But we've still got plenty.
Hi, Mom.
I mean, now's the perfect time to hide your toilet paper under, like, a Spider-Man themed cozy.
Oh, I guarantee you there's some places that are like
Turn this up.
TP Horde. Look like Smog's Horde, but just rolls of white paper. I mean, what else are you gonna do with that much toilet paper? Just make giant Dalek statues with your plunger. What's fun though is we found, like, Ashley and I found out when we had to move her grandma out of her house, toilet paper expired, yo.
Oh my gosh, it expires. And it's so nasty. You do not want to get old toilet paper.
They're gonna find out.
Will they? Oh, all the hoarders will.
All the hoarders will.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like, she had bought a bunch of, like, the Charmin and the really nice thick stuff. And it was just, my grandma had dementia, so it just got to be a point where every time she went to the grocery store, I guess, she was like, oh, I probably should get toilet paper just in case. And man, she had like a wall of it down in the basement.
There was a lot.
And Dane and I, for a little bit, were like, wow, there's so much toilet paper, and it's like the really high-end stuff, and we had visions of, like, never buying toilet paper again, or selling it on the black market, or I don't know. Something.
The black market of toilet paper in 2004.
Dude, we were forward-thinking. What can I say? We knew things were coming. We knew it was happening. No, but, you know, we were just like, wow, this is, like, a bunch of money, and we've never, you know, we didn't use high-end toilet paper like that, so we were just like, what? And then you would open a pack, and this puff of air, and, like, fuzz, and just stuff would come out when you open the pack, and you go to unroll it, and it would just lint everywhere. It was like glitter, except less fun. And we're like, oh. Because it'll just disintegrate after a while.
Yeah, it wasn't even fully together enough to be paper mache. Like, it was just fiber, essentially. Just
and some of the rolls would still unroll, but I can't imagine actually trying to use that to clean something. Like, just gross. It was...
So yeah.
Turns out they should have an expiration date on toilet paper. That's all I'm saying.
TP hoarders are going to be in for a rude awakening.
Quite the surprise.
In a few years.
Oh my god, they would. Rotate your TP, all. That's all I'm saying. Just rotate your toilet paper. This is your friendly neighborhood monkey minion reminder.
Oh man, I'm so glad that nobody's like capturing this sound.
What?
I'm so glad that we're not famous enough that people are trying to capture this.
Who would capture? What? Doesn't it, like, it saves it anyway? Like,
no, I mean,
go
like,
back and rewatch it?
To make GIFs of or anything?
Oh, no, we're not that. I got no shame.
I know.
There's nothing wrong with giving people a little friendly warning that their TP's gonna expire.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going?
Going pretty well. We're talking about the expiration date of toilet paper. So, you know, typical Sunday night, really.
Sunday night at the Monkey Minion house.
I mean, that's not unusual, really, for our house. That sells it a lot better than the way I sell it. It's true.
Come for the art, stay for the toilet paper advice.
I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good rule of thumb in general. As it pertains pertains to us. Just make sure you keep it in a light, safe room. I mean, unless the artwork is on toilet paper. I mean,
then I don't know what to tell you.
Actually, right after all the news started talking about the toilet paper shortage, I saw a thing on Instagram where a dude had made some sort of art thing about scarcity and yada yada, artsy nonsense on toilet paper. And I just commented, I was like, you just made the most expensive artwork in the world right now.
You and me both.
I wish I could get paid for Ashley's great ideas too.
Sometimes you do.
It's true.
Every once in a while. I'm just not.
Not coming together.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I've got a mess though, so that's great.
Excellent.
Yay.
That's how you know you're doing it right?
I don't think so.
No.
But yeah.
I'm not an expert at crochet, to be fair.
You aren't. That is very true. Chair makes a lot of noise.
It does. Yeah, next time we should get your armchair. The green roller.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Just hang out in my industrial chair.
Yeah. Be super fancy. Yeah. Really? I have never known an actual art teacher who actually gave a crap about how scarce or expensive materials were.
It's amazing.
Given how much friggin' paint costs.
How much literally everything costs. Like, seriously, every single time you were suddenly like, oh, I've got to go pick up this new item in school, I was like, wow, which of us is getting another job?
Turned out it was me.
Sometimes it was me.
I mean, that's true, you did. I don't know that I can make Gundam money that way, but...
I have faith in you, Dane. I bet you could. Better you could get me Gundam money that way.
Well, I wouldn't be making Gundam money for me.
I love that Gundam money sounds like a euphemism.
I think
it isn't.
I think it's fake it till you make it, which would be the same thing for me, really. I see what you did there.
Right? We're just gonna make a mess.
Yay.
That sounds good, right?
I got a ways to go until I can make money on Twitch anyway, so I think I should build up to it.
Build up to the shake/fake till you make.
Yep. It's called the blend tool. It's also under the W key command. You have 2 items selected. You can tap each of them and it will kind of make a little blend of them, and it will specify. You can specify how many steps depending on how smooth you want the blend to be. I used to use it for blending colors back before gradients were a thing in Illustrator. Now I just use it to do things like shape repeats or line repeats because it allows me to do things like that and have them be evenly spaced. I did a piece a few years ago. It was Bioshock Big Daddy and Little Sister, and all of the hatching on the Big Daddy was done with the blend tool. It's fiddly, but once you get it figured out, it can be pretty cool. You are also a ways for making money on Twitch. At least through the official Twitch stream, rules and whatever. I was looking at it the other day because it popped up that I was halfway to affiliate, and I was like, what does that mean? And then I went and looked through the regulations. I was like, I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know exactly how, but somehow once you've got 50 followers, you can start making money on this thing. Maybe it'll just tell me once I get there. Oh, neat.
Huh.
I assume that there will be some sort of tutorial once I hit affiliate. They'll tell me how to make that whole thing work.
You think so? Did you get a tutorial to do this?
I did not get a tutorial to do this.
Uh-huh.
This was very much a...
Figure it out.
Here's a Twitch stream. Go. Do it. Thankfully, Dread Pirate Rabbits helped me figure out how to lay out and work on the main web page for the Twitch. So it looks like, I halfway understand what I'm doing.
Only halfway though. We're not trying to fool people.
No. Thank you. It was fun when I realized that they could be transparent PNGs, so I could have things that float above them, and so I had my little antenna guy.
Thank you very much. You've been, honestly, I don't know. Dana would probably still be just cussing and claiming that it was all magic and incomprehensible without your help.
I mean, I do that anyway, but
There'd be
I
a
end
lot
up
more
with
of
things
it.
on it.
Whole lot more of the cussing and the incomprehensible.
I may need to bug you. I don't know. Do you use Streamlabs, Dread Pirate? Because we're having problems with the Streamlabs moderator on the chat bot.
Decided that assume was a naughty word.
It's decided that a lot of words aren't really naughty words, or like I don't know. I don't remember what Hecate did last time, but I remember she got knocked. Oh yeah, like Schmuzzle.
There it goes again. It's... Yeah, the word assume apparently got somebody's comments completely knocked out. So that was fun. Inadvertently Naughty.
Elements.
That's a great band name. Inadvertently Naughty.
Yes. I write that down. Nightbot. Alright. I'll make a note. Because, yeah, the overprotective nanny bot that Streamlabs has given us is... it's hilarious, but it's annoying.
Exactly. Just gets mad when you use words. It's like, you jerk, stop talking. Which is kind of the opposite effect of what we want, so...
Yeah.
That's a problem.
We need interaction, because otherwise this damn thing, this stream would be super boring.
For everyone.
Mostly for y'all.
Yeah, we don't come prepared to talk at you. Probably you've noticed.
And that's when the cut of money happens, exactly. Yeah, I really don't like to tinker. I'm not good at the interwebs. So... that was part of the reason why I went with Streamlabs. I just wanted it to work. But, yeah. We don't have talking points.
Nah.
We have Bezier points.
Do we?
That's what these are.
Oh. Oh, that was punny, but I didn't know.
I was being punny.
Sorry, I missed it.
So
You gotta warn me ahead of time.
It's another thing I should put up with another graphic.
Right.
Like pun incoming.
Right. Warn us all so we're ready. Dane's gonna be funny.
I didn't say it was gonna be funny. I did not promise this. I feel like that's a lot of pressure.
I'm promising it. You best deliver.
Nope.
It's time to deliver, Dane.
Nope.
An artist, a gentleman, and funny. You can do it.
I'm one of those things. At any given point.
I'm not sure what kind of talking points we would... I mean, I do come in with questions about what he's working on, mostly just because I have questions about what he's working on. But... and the weather. Like, that's just because I'm kind of fascinated by... like, I feel like... didn't I read that it snowed in New York? Didn't you tell me it snowed in New York this week? Was that last week?
Yeah, it was last week, I think.
I don't know. Like, that's crazy. Because I think the same day that you told me that, it was like 70 degrees here.
Yeah.
And I'm from the Midwest, so I guess I'm just naturally predisposed to be fascinated by random weather patterns.
The only thing keeping her off of Weather Channel just constantly all the time is that fact that we don't have cable.
I mean, that's fair. Some of their documentaries are pretty good.
I remember the days when Weather Channel didn't do documentaries.
Now some of them have been on Netflix, so I've seen them anyway. Can't stop the stream of documentaries, Dane.
Windy TV Online. Oh, I know what she'll be looking at later.
Write that down for me. I'm going to forget later.
Alright.
Later I'm going to be like, what's that thing I'm supposed to look at? And you'll just look at me with big eyes and be like, what?
That does sound like a thing.
That sounds exactly like half of our conversations. And then you'll get all snotty about the fact that I'm not using proper nouns to refer. I'm just like, the thing. So this is going to be a 12 by 36 when you're done.
This will be a 12 by 36 when I'm done, yes.
Which is amazing. Are you thinking now about the paper, like which paper you're going to want to print it on, or do you think, like, is that more of a, it's almost finished and that's when I think about it?
I think about it when I'm finished.
So size you start out pretty sure about, like, that's an early thing, but then things like paper or borders or whatever are later.
Yeah. I often don't know what she means, actually, when she's like, remember the thing that we talked about with the stuff in the pants? Like, I'm like, almost not ever.
He remembers so much more often than probably he should, though. Which is why I do it, because why come up with nouns when, like, 60% of the time he's just going to know what I mean? So other people will be like, how the hell did you know what she was talking about?
I'd be like, I guessed.
Nah, he knew, because he knew the one thing, or he knew based on what the situation, what I was thinking about. I'll be like, what's that one song that we were listening to the other day? And the other day could literally be last year.
It could be.
Yeah, the other day means a lot of things to me. So, and Dane will just be like, oh, you mean the Beatles, blah, blah, blah. And so I'll be like, how the F did you know she meant that? Because he knows me. Like, he says he's just guessing, but he's not that good at guessing. He's just that good at guessing what random thing is going on in my brain.
Which is a terrifying thought.
You're welcome. Sleep well tonight.
Bye, Dread Pirate. Are you streaming tonight?
Ooh, you're walking a dog. I'm so jealous.
I think we may have missed him.
Damn it. Well, I was going to ask. Okay, so anyone else on the stream that owns a dog, question. Hypothetically speaking, if you had a dog, or maybe two dogs that were friendly, and hung out in your backyard, and then a neighbor just took them on a walk sometimes, is that bad?
I was like, where are you going with this?
Just hypothetically speaking, asking for a friend. Totally. Is that a thing that's considered bad or neighborly, or as long as the dogs always end up back in the backyard? Like, how would we feel about that?
I think it depends on whether or not, you know.
No one has answers.
I think they're all dumbfounded by the question.
I feel like it's a good question.
There you
go. I could offer. Well, the thing is, I don't actually know the person. I just know their dogs.
We've seen the dude out in his yard, and he always looks somewhat perturbed by us staring at his dogs.
He waves at me.
He always seems grumpy about it.
Your mom. Well, I feel like they spend a lot of time in the backyard, and maybe they want to spend some more time walking around the neighborhood. I mean... Yeah, but see, in this time of trouble and concern, and I'm trying to think of all the other things the ads say right now.
In these troubled times.
Right. In these troubled times, hello isn't friendly anymore. Although, can I steal your dogs temporarily screamed across a fence is maybe not friendly either.
He might have already licked them. I don't want to take that chance.
Like, we don't even live on the same street as this guy. We are diagonal. He shares a backyard with our neighbor.
Yeah, we have to actually go through our neighbor's... Oh, yeah. Our friend has to go through his neighbor's backyard to get to the dogs that aren't what we're talking about walking.
Totally.
I've lost track of what we're talking about now. Is Sharon the Pacific Northwest version of Karen?
It's Karen, except she's Sharon. For germs. There we go. That's as funny as I'm going to do.
Sharon is the new Karen. And Karen is the new Becky. So.
Maybe don't scream. How will he hear me otherwise? They're on the other side of a fence. Like, the dogs, and then the people are on another fence.
But we already know the dogs. I mean, our friend already knows the dogs.
The dogs are very friendly.
Supposedly, from what our friend says.
Right, hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetical dogs. Hypothetical dogs, another band name.
Honestly, I'm just waiting for them to for these hypothetical dogs, haha, to realize they can jump the fence. The fence is not tall. Like, they're gonna figure out they can jump the fence, and then we're gonna have dogs in our yard. Which will be sad for the bunnies.
Yeah, our backyard is currently a bunny preserve. It's pretty great.
Do you have the picture? Can you put up the picture of the bunny?
I don't know. I mean, there's a picture I put up on Instagram the other day. See if I can get it.
Okay. I'm just going to distract you from actually working.
That's usual.
So there's a bunny in our backyard that is completely not worried about us at all. I was doing yard work, and he came by and within like 10 feet of me and just kept eating and hanging out. And I was telling Dane about this, about how close it was. And I don't know if he believed me that it was as close as it was. But he does now, because we were out and Dane was trying to take a picture or something to figure out what it was. And the bunny came within like a foot and a half. Like this one right here. You're trying to figure out how to get it.
Alright, I posted it.
Okay. Like, Dane literally could have reached out and grabbed it. And he came over and like eyed Dane like, what? And then just grabbed the food and ran off and flicked his tail at him. I was like, see?
I was seeing if I could add a picture from my phone, but I cannot.
He's adorable. And he is not, like I said, he doesn't give a crap about us. He's not scared at all. And he climbs our compost bins, which is amazing.
Yeah, he does. It's pretty funny. Like, I'll be looking out in the backyard and all of a sudden rabbit jumping up on our... They gotta be 4 feet tall now. Compost piles. Just climbing them like a mountain goat. Makes me miss Obi.
It does.
We used to have a pet rabbit. His name was Obi.
the attitude was similar.
Erin would like to know what you're crocheting.
I am working on a hat.
This is second version, round 2, right?
Round 3, I think.
Round 3.
Yeah. To heck with patterns. We'll just do the thing. It's fine.
Is that the same green as before?
Yes. I think so. I had some left over, so.
Did you ever get your hair dye?
Did you ever send the color?
I did not.
What?
I suck.
Yep.
I remember Wednesday she talked about getting it ordered, I think. So.
Yeah, Wednesday was weird. I was trying to hang out through the phone, but for whatever reason the sound wasn't working and the chat was really delayed. But like I had the sound on, and so as I'm wandering around, like occasionally I would get a Dane laugh out of my phone.
Whoa.
Or I would get like, but that would be it. Like not the rest of it. Or I would get like a couple of words. Like at one point my phone in Dane's voice just yelled like, "What the?" or something. It sounds like yelling when that's all you get, right? Like you might have just been like,
shenanigans.
I don't know what the thing is doing, or something. You might have just been talking, but it sounded like yelling because that was all I got. It was a very bizarre experience. See, that sounds awesome. I'm pretty concerned that if I tried to dye my hair right now, I would either end up with no hair, which, you know, summer's coming, so cool, or I would end up with, like, my entire, like, my hands and my arms and my face and everything, maybe except for my hair, being the color it's supposed to be. I'm not sure I have the ability necessary to not make an absolute mess.
What color would you go to?
I've thought about going to blue or purple. If I could keep the purple, like a blue, cool purple.
I could help. She doesn't trust me to help, but I could help.
Dane makes a bigger mess than I do with things.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be on you.
But it would literally still be on me.
I'm a helper.
Oh, the blue, it's always blue? See, that's good.
But not a tarp. We do have tarps. We have paint things.
Because I like good in blues and stuff, but reds can be a real problem.
I thought about last year before con season, getting my hair dyed Monkey Minion blue. And then I realized it was going to take bleaching. I was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's the...
Because my hair is too dark.
I also kind of just wanted to do like a rinse so that the color was really light. So in some, like, you're kind of like, oh, is it blue or is it just the light shining on her? You know, like old ladies used to have in church. You're like, is her hair really purple? Just because I think it'd be fun. Yeah, the overtone stuff looks great.
Is that the stuff you just wash in?
Yeah, it's like the conditioner stuff.
Right.
The thing is, I hear that it stains up your bathroom real bad. Which I guess, to be fair, right now, like, one of my bathrooms isn't usable. And the other one, someday we're gonna tear it all out. Like, it's gonna be a tear out project anyway.
So now's the time, really, then.
But I don't know how long it's gonna be. We're gonna need to use it in the state it's in, and the wrong stains could just make it really unappetizing to get in there.
I don't really think of bathrooms as being appetizing spaces.
Well,
anyway.
what's the word for it then when it looks like someone was murdered and no one washed it? Or it looks like it's moldy everywhere? I don't know. I love the... See? Yeah, I want to try some of that. Someday. But I want a professional to do it. I really don't want all my hair to fall out.
That's a good plan.
There you go. Oh my gosh. We looked at a house that had a bedroom that was splatter painted.
We did.
And the woodwork was splatter painted in different but matching colors, if that makes sense. Like, they picked a color scheme. And the walls were a color with, like, white spatter paint, and then the woodwork was all painted white with, like, the wall color spatter paint or something. I don't know. It was all coordinated and...
Horrifying.
Really horrifying. Because, like, the ceiling fan, okay, you spatter painted the ceiling fan. Like, I don't know why, but I can just take that down and throw it away like it deserves. But the woodwork, I gotta get all that shit off.
Oh, one of the ceiling fans in this house was splatter painted.
Yeah, but I think it came that way.
Yeah, I do too.
The ones in that one bedroom in that house, somebody put a lot of time and effort. Like, that was a room that they did on purpose by themselves.
They made a choice.
They made a lot of choices in that bedroom.
It was a bad choice. I'm
concerned about all the other choices they made based on the decorating, but this might be bigger than I expected to. Oh well. We ended up, oh my gosh, there was a hotel, we stayed just the last night before we left because we were getting in Anaheim. We were getting up really, really early for a flight.
This place.
So we stayed at this place right next to the airport. And honestly, guys, like, it was, I don't know, I think we paid like $60 or something. It was really cheap. They had a free ride to the airport. The breakfast was edible. Like, there was nothing wrong, like, but then we got in really, really late. And the carpet was this dark red, which wasn't the greatest color ever, but it was a little damp. And we were like, oh God, like, this was because, you know, sometimes you'll get that when you've got, like, a former pet room or something. And we're like, but it's late. And you get what you get when you show up late. And then suddenly I'm looking at Dane's feet, and he's wandering around in his socks because the floor is wet. And his white dude socks look like his feet are bleeding from the underneath. Yes! Oh, like, his socks are just soaking and getting red from underneath, and it's starting to soak up as the sock gets wet. And I'm like, Dane, look at your feet! And he's like, I know they're wet. And then he looks down, and he, like, does this weird, like, gasp thing because it scares him for a minute. No, not like that.
I know,
but
that's close as I can feel
it was. And then we go into the bathroom and we actually turn the light on and, like, look at the shower, and the shower is just covered. And that, we're just like, it's too, like, at this point it's like 1 a.m, and I'm just like, just take your socks off, we'll throw them away, whatever. And I took them out the next morning, and the woman was like, oh,
we were really tired, you guys.
It was really,
we spent
really
the
late.
entire day at Disneyland, and we were wiped.
And we'd done the show before that. Like, we were done. So we just went to bed, and we're like, well, we're not going to use that shower. Maybe it was a murder scene. Maybe someone dyed their hair. Who the hell knows? Yeah. The next morning, I just set the socks down on the counter, and the woman just looked at me and was like, oh no. No one was supposed to be using that room. I told him not to put anyone in that room. Like, she was really upset. Somebody had, I don't know, had a hair dyeing party, I guess. I don't know how you get that much hair dye all over the hotel room. Because the longer we looked, the more we'd find spatters of it in places. And then when you looked close, like, it was too dark to be blood. It was definitely not blood. But it was, like, I don't know how you get that much hair dye in a hotel room.
I mean, it was the weekend, or the day after WonderCon. It might have been cosplayers.
How many? And what were they doing? What were they, like, there was so much hair dye. So much. Like, and she's like, yeah, we've tried shampooing the carpets. It's going to be a full pull out. Like, the carpets, it's not coming out. And it wasn't coming out, guys. Like, there was so much of it. But yeah, that was a scary night when his socks just started turning. Ugh. His feet were red for a while.
I miss those socks.
You don't miss those socks. You don't get shit out of socks.
Herman and Stinky, I remember those socks well.
You're so full of crap. But the bottom of his feet were definitely stained red for a while. That's so gross.
They were my lucky socks.
They were not. You're so full of crap. Stop helping him. He doesn't need any help.
I'm just saying, before we had to get rid of those socks, there was no pandemic.
Also, that was like 2-3 years ago.
So?
Not connected, Dane.
I'm just saying there's correlation.
There's no causation.
I didn't say there was causation. But there's an undeniable correlation.
Not really. No. I think that's even too far. Guys, help me out. Too far. Right? It's not a slow burn. No. Teens and 99-cent sweat socks.
It's all because we abandoned them.
It's not.
This is the revenge of the socks.
None of this is what you're saying. None of it. Not a single bit.
The revenge of the socks.
Well, that's gonna have to be a sketch you're gonna have to do. That, like, all 5 people that have hung in this long are gonna understand.
You know, I feel like a lot of our stuff is
things that, like, us are 5 people.
It's all in jokes for the 5 people who know us well.
Fair
like
enough.
Socks.
That could be your stream later. You just sketch all the stuff we came up with in this one.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna come up and be like, none of this is funny. We know.
You had to be there. Maybe next time you will be, then you'll understand. Like and subscribe and hit that bell.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, after that horrible moment.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
No, I'm just like, why did I start? Oh yeah, I'm terrified by the mess.
Why did I start the story? I don't even know.
Dude, I don't ever know. But after that, I was just like, all right, hair dyeing is a thing, and professional people should do it, not me, not in my house. Oh my god, no.
Maybe.
Influencer, yeah, that's us. Oh, Lord. Alright, so. I don't know if y'all can see the pattern on this thing.
Probably hold it still.
I'm trying. Yeah, you can kind of see it in the camera. So the question is, should I just go straight down and have the lines all the way down? Or should I have the lines move and crisscross each other? What do you think? That would be a huge roll of toilet paper.
Super extra gigantic roll.
Is your toilet paper as big as your head? This might be a great hat for you both.
You could match your toilet paper.
Yes, that is sweet, sweet front post crochet. Alright, I'm seeing a lot of crisscross. Spelled the appropriate way, of course.
It's gonna make you jump.
And you broke down, which is the other appropriate way to handle this.
I'll admit, I always kind of wanted the straight bangs like Rogue has. I see. There is an ulterior motive here. Jody just wants a toilet paper cozy.
I'm hearing that. Oh, that's an unfortunate thing. I just realized I had an odd number of things. Oops. Your kid is supposed to make one for you? Oh god, the creepy ones with the Barbies on top. Those were so creepy, and then they would get like the bathroom dust on them, and it was... I spent a summer packing houses for a moving company, and those are one of the nastier things I had to touch. You're 7 and that'd be amazing. Yeah, definitely. I just don't think toilet paper cozies need.
You're welcome. Both of you are welcome.
What did you do?
I was just sharing the joy of crisscross.
Okay. That's what Dean was doing to me the other night. With his weird, just like, all of a sudden there'd be a laugh, and then nothing.
That's what I do.
That's what you do? Well, stop doing it.
I am the one who laughs.
Are you? Stop it. No, I'll do it the other way. Change my mind.
Why are you always changing your mind?
Because I can. You don't know me.
Pick something and stick with it.
No.
Make a choice. Make a decision.
No. Who are you to tell me what to do with my life?
It's getting dark in here.
It's always dark. Hashtag it was always dark.
I get that. I hear that a lot.
You're not the boss of me.
I hear that a lot too.
Dude, I hear that so much. That's Dane's favorite thing.
You don't know me.
See? You're not the boss of me.
I didn't say that.
You're not my real dad.
Didn't say that either.
Oh my god, you say that all the time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are the... Lisa, that's the problem I was having the other night when I was trying to watch his Twitch. And I just kept getting tiny bits of it, and then I would go for 5-10 minutes with nothing, and then all of a sudden just laughter out of my phone. And by then I'd forgotten that the Twitch was still on. There was a point where I looked up because I expected Dane to like be in the room, and he wasn't. And that was a whole moment I had.
You're still listening to Crisscross?
Why?
Did they have more than one song?
Yeah, I think they had a whole album. I think because they were young, I think they made them go to a bunch of balls and stuff too.
I mean, I've only done that to a few people, as far as you know.
Yeah, he likes to do that. Mostly that you can hear him. It's great. Because...
I'm a big dude. I make a lot of noise when I'm moving.
Also, he just walks heavy.
Was it... Which Will Smith? Tell me it was Big Willie style.
What?
Or Welcome to Miami.
Even Miami.
Getting jiggy with it.
I mean, that one's good too.
Big Willie style all in it. Getting jiggy with it.
So many.
I can imagine it was, yeah. Like all of a sudden your brain just goes reset.
Oops, too much. Back. Yeah, somebody... I was on a different hangout last night, and somebody was like, so what do you talk about in your Twitch streams? And I was like,
Whatever random nonsense comes to our mind.
Like, that's all, I was just stuff. Because that's all I got.
Talk about a lot about band names.
Like, the same stuff we talk about at shows. Stuff.
I really feel like this is kind of a... not a replacement for, but...
Similar to
a convention booth, but, you know, we're not selling anything.
My feet hurt a lot less.
That's true. At least until I get to affiliate level.
Yeah, exactly. The same thing we do every night, Pinky. It's just sometimes we let you guys listen in. You're welcome.
I mean, yeah, that's not untrue, really.
Nope. Just see is what you get, folks.
It's a lot more fun with other people, though, because they can contribute to the craziness that's happening in our house.
Lucky them.
Aiding and abetting.
So thus far, we've got this one. There's something bosoms. What was the bosoms?
Chainsaw bosoms.
Chainsaw bosoms. That's one of my favorites.
Chainsaw bosoms is pretty great.
Hypothetical dog theft.
I feel like that's possibly true.
Yeah.
I do miss our Cards Against Humanity parties in Portland. We used to do, in Portland, for Christmas Eve, we'd get some people together and we'd go to the Starbucks and play Cards Against Humanity.
Oh my gosh. We bring treats.
Playing Cards Against Humanity in public really kind of ups the ante.
It's the best.
Yay!
What happened?
Oscar Wolf says, there's very few places to hang stuff in my house since I can't put nails on walls, so the disgruntled dinosaurs are one of the only art pieces I have out right now.
Aw, thank you. Honestly, most of the commissions Dane gets, I'm like, like they're nice, but they're not ones that, like, they wouldn't be mine. But he's never done one of the disgruntled dinosaurs that I haven't been like, take a picture. Like, and thought a little bit about, like, I kind of want to keep it.
Do not keep the disgruntled dinosaurs.
I'm not going to keep the I just thought about it. Hard.
I'm thinking about getting some of those 3M command strips on for our walls because we just painted these things and I don't really want to mess them up.
Speaking of which, we should finish the garage.
Shenanigans.
Just tell me you died. It'll be fine. So I know you think you're talking to me right now, but it turns out I died. So, is that a thing that works ever? Because I feel like it might not be.
You're having a rough day if you think I'm standing here right now. Maybe go take a nap. Have some tequila. Relax for a few minutes because it's only going to get worse.
Have a beer on me.
Don't put a beer on me.
It will. It'll be fine. It's totally fine.
Everything's fine.
It's all fine. I'm gonna go get some more coffee, speaking of fine.
What is happening here?
I don't know what.
I feel like there's some referencing happening. I'm not sure.
Who knows? Anytime the chat doesn't make sense, I just assume that your little thing just stole part of it.
It's the little robot's like, I'm taking down 900 things. Doink. Nothing makes sense now. Things to say to people who don't think you're dead. Ah. I feel like that's a good band name. Or that's not a band name, that's an album title.
Things to say to people who don't think you're bed. You're bed. You're dead. Yes. Redacted. Speaking of a good album title. Redacted. Man, I kind of wish this was
by redacted chat victims.
Yep.
Is redacted chat victims a goth band? I feel like redacted chat victims has to be the only goth band with a mouth harp.
Oh my god, they wear the black. They wear the.
And a lute, yes.
And they wear. Well, I just attacked you with the thing.
You did attack me with a thing.
They wear the little black outfits, like the kids in Letterkenny. Don't move.
Oh yeah, the skids.
Yes. Skid band. I'm gonna go get some coffee.
All right, have fun.
You want soda or something?
Yeah, take some soda. Soda. I feel like it has to be. Baby metal or J-pop? USPS can do anything. Give it enough funding. They're like NASA that way.
What did I miss?
We're debating on whether Chainsaw Bosoms would be baby metal or J-pop. I think it should be J-pop.
Yeah.
And then we started talking about teleportation and whether or not the USPS should be the ones working on it or not. Important decisions are being made. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'd agree. This all sounds very highly important. Ouch. Alright, am I centered again? Yeah. Massive funding overflow. Yep. Sorry, catching up on the chat here.
It happens.
I know. Okay.
Ben, we're back to her back.
Okay, so
Venus Envy is a great name for just about anything, honestly.
comfy. And it's fun to say.
Yeah, it's unlikely to get flagged by an overactive chatbot.
I mean, so long as you type it very carefully.
I mean, I'm fairly picky about my blues too. I don't want too green or too yellow. It's got to be the right blue.
That's why we have a really nice printer.
$30 mattresses.
And I'm so used to now, like when you've been working on things, you've been picking smaller stuff that you can just get done fast.
Yeah,
Every time I look up, I'm like, oh, there's still so much. It's like you were teasing me with how long that stuff takes before.
I'm sorry. This is definitely going to be a multi-stream thing.
Multi-day, many-hour thing too.
Yeah.
Just in general.
So I hope you guys looking at this, because it's, if you log in again, it's going to be a while. I'll admit, dead guy bed I feel like it'd be weird to sleep on for a bit. It takes some getting used to.
I mean, it depends on how comfortable it is.
The Starship is actually coming in really slow. Like, it's gonna be a bit. Buckle in, you got a long ride.
Are you still feeling good about the choices you made while drawing it?
So far. Kind of wishing I'd scanned it at a higher res, but yeah, I don't know.
Fair enough.
But if I'd scanned it at a higher res, this thing would be chugging worse than it is, so.
I mean, see, there you go. Like, no reason to get rid of a comfy bed. I guess. Ooh, Craftmatic. I've heard good things.
I remember when you would watch TV and they only like ad on after like 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Well, and especially like late at night.
And then late at night there was
so like, you assholes don't sleep. You need to know about a comfortable bed.
Like, you know, the late night 1-900 numbers and the Craftmatic adjustable bed. commercials. In the 90s.
Yeah, same here. We've got a nice bed, but like we spent more on the most recent one than we've ever spent, but that doesn't mean that we spent that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, really, yeah, you should be comfortable because
of something.
Because of something. Just because you should be.
Right. Comfort. Somebody should be. That didn't work out as well as I wanted.
The YouTube has got you dialed in this tonight, huh?
All right. Other than Will Smith and Crisscross, what else have we got? Let us live vicariously through you.
I almost feel like we should pull up YouTube instead of Final Fantasy music.
That wouldn't get us kicked off.
Party Rock Anthem. It wouldn't get us kicked off here. It would just get when people went to play the music or play the video later, it would just be muted.
I mean, given what we talk about here. Bonus?
It's actually really funny watching other people's streams that are like pre-recorded watch on demands when they've been playing copyrighted music, and all of a sudden you just get dead silence for 5 minutes. Actually, Dreadpire Rabbits, who was here earlier, is a DJ who does Twitch streams. And I was watching some of his videos the other day while I was working. And that's how I discovered that that's a thing, the muting. When I was trying to set up my Streamlabs, I was talking to him. I was like, hey, it's funny that your video feed just, the sound cuts out randomly. He's like, yeah, it's the music. I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Funny. Right.
So it wasn't like that before. Is that a fairly recent change then? I literally had never been on Twitch until the day I launched the stream. So,
like, we've watched a few, but usually when we watch them, they're like up on YouTube later,
or through our Xbox.
Right.
The one time we watched it on our Xbox.
I've watched a few.
I've watched the one on our Xbox.
Yeah. Like, I've watched a few on the Xbox, but...
I find most game streamers that aren't miniature nerd annoying, so I don't watch them very often. I bet that's blasphemy to say here. Twitch is going to take down our thing.
Well, here's a dumb thing. I found one playing Fallout 76 that was hilarious and great. And he was explaining things, and I thought he was great. But I was just clicking through on the Xbox, and I never found him again. So that was awesome. Because I just enjoyed, like, you could tell he had spent a good amount of time in the game. And he was responding to people and showing some shortcuts. And telling people where they, like, you know, it was just informative and friendly, and he had a voice that was calming to listen to without being, like, either sleepy or annoying. It was just all fun and good. But Xbox made sure I never saw them again.
I feel like our stream is probably better when you're asleep.
Not you personally, just in general.
Just in general.
The experience. 35 bucks just for shipping? Holy heck. Oh yeah. Share the
crochetness.
Okay.
If only you could get it at Canadian Tire. Then you wouldn't even have to worry about it. There you go. All right.
You would have it?
It's now 10 o'clock.
Okay.
You want to keep going?
I mean,
I'm putting it up. I just want to be like, I can keep going.
For a minute.
For a minute?
I
Okay.
just want to get to this next thing.
She's going to get to the next thing. I don't know what that means. But
You can
she's
do
gonna
whatever
it.
you want, really.
Thank you.
Are those tire bucks still a thing you can use?
Manic Panic key fobs. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, I feel like. Do you still have the sketch?
For what?
That
This?
you're. Yeah. It's
Probably.
laying around somewhere?
It's in the vault, if it's anywhere.
So I feel like maybe you might want to just do a better scan of it.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I have to go find the vault. No, fail.
Boo. That's not the same. Okay, so I was literally asking for a friend at that point. Someone I know has
Yeah,
a
but you
bunch.
can't use the VO. Was it a? What's the thing that changes your login information so you can look at other people's stuff? VPN. That's the word. Letter acronym.
You get what it. Well, apparently they also get universal health care and The trolls.
The trolls.
A troll show. Look at that.
Oh.
Like, I'm not seeing a
There for a long time.
news there.
Canadian Netflix also had the Lord of the Rings movies, and we didn't down here.
Letterkenny. But I
Is
don't
that
think
on
that was
Netflix?
Netflix.
It's on Crave. That's
Still.
not Canadian.
For a long time, all I got were the little YouTube shorts.
Yeah. Well, still get that because we lost our Hulu account.
Damn it, Dane.
No more Letterkenny for us.
Well, they tried to do a tour, and the pandemic killed that, so...
True.
This is why we can't have nice things, really.
One of many reasons.
They still have the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, but now we do too, so it's not...
Yeah, but you always had it.
Well, yeah.
I got you the nice one, like, years ago.
I don't have my DVDs here.
Well, you could go get them.
I could.
Like, you probably should.
I probably should.
Be done with this
There you go.
row here in just a minute.
Shenanigans.
For reals. You don't know?
With your elf eyes?
Injecting bleach. Lace eye. Basically, now I'm just pushing. I'm like, you can work longer and harder. You'll be fine.
To me or to you?
Both of us, really. Mostly you. I'm not really getting paid for this.
Neither am I.
Yeah, but eventually.
Well, eventually so will you.
Well, for that, but not for this.
What are you talking about?
What you're doing versus what I'm doing.
I don't know what's happening. I'm very confused.
I know, it's cute.
I do love it when the thing lags out and makes my cursor go all over the place. It's awesome.
That sounds fun.
It's really not. Chasing down my cursors. Not fun.
Yeah, we've got the...
I am. Turns out the bottom of a Star Destroyer is very similar to a skate park.
Dane's got the version of Lord of the Rings where it's got all the commentary, and you can watch like the movie version, like the movie versions or the extended versions, and
Always watch the extended versions.
yeah, like I don't know that we've ever gotten through all of the commentary. We watched several of them. Alright. You are ready? Look at this. Didn't take much longer. What do you think?
What do y'all think?
About halfway through. Now that I finally figured out a thing to do. You can almost kind of see it crisscrossing there. It almost shows up.
It'll make you jump.
It'll crisscross a couple times. Once more? I don't know. Something. Woohoo!
think we're going to call it an evening. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. This is where we're at right now. You can see the line work. And you saw Ashley's hat.
Woohoo! So we'll see you later this week.
Yep. Next planned stream is Wednesday, but you know.
Never know.
You never know. We might throw another one up. Who knows? Keep your eyes on the tweeters and the Facebooks. And we will see you later. Have a good night, y'all.
Bye. Thank you for hanging out.